Hi everybody, this is Pat again from Turner Candle Co. Welcome back to my studio. It's been a while since I've made a video and I appreciate all of you that have watched my videos. Not really setting the woods on fire, but hey, 100 views on one video, I'm happy with that. So what I started doing is I started trying to make container candles using IGI 6006 wax, and I love the wax. I have made some wax melts with it, and I do love the fragrance and everything and the way the hot throw and the cold throw is, but I've really had a difficult time trying to get my candles wicked correctly. So I didn't want to quit doing anything and everything with wax, but I did take a break from that. And instead I've started making dessert candles and just using molds, and it's not all desserts, but I'll show you a few things I've worked on. And I've started a new Etsy shop that's just dedicated to my candles, and so far I've got maybe 18 items on there. I haven't sold anything yet. It's been on there, well, just a few days. Most of them have been. So I'm just going to show you a few things that I've made, and then I want to show you what I'm going to make, which would not be a dessert candle, but it will be using a new mold that I received. So, and these are different molds that I do have. So this is just one of my cute little cupcake molds with a rose mold, and I have different fragrances in them. I've only made 3 or 4 of these. It takes a while when you only have one mold, but I have actually ordered 5 more, so this is what the mold looks like. So now I've got 6 that I can make at one time if I see the need to. But they turn out really, really good. And then I've got a little mermaid mold, and I've made this little cupcake with mermaid and seashells, which I think is really pretty. And I think this one is pink sugar, and maybe that one is pink sugar also. I think it is. Fragrance there. And I've made quite a few of these little adorable cactus cupcakes. I think they turned out really good. I only have, well, it's a set of molds that came together. You get make 2 of these and 1 of a little round one, and so you can make 2 of these in there, but you can only make 1 round one, and I didn't pick up the one that has the round cactus, but I usually just sit it right over the wick there, and they turned out really good. And this one is cactus rose. Cactus rose and jade. That's came from Candle Science, and it does smell really good. Nice clean fragrance. So this one is a little different. It's kind of wild and bright, but smells really good. It's strawberry pie is what I've named it, and I had to hand paint part of it because I cannot get the red as bright as what I want. So I painted the strawberries and I painted the red there, and did some other touch-ups, and then I put chocolate on it. So it's got a faint chocolate smell, but it's mostly strawberry. So I've only got 2 of those made, and I've got both of those on Etsy. And some of the dye still gets on my hands a little bit, so I don't want to get it on these pretty cupcakes here. This is one, it's not a cupcake, this is different. I got another mold, which came in the other day, and I can make 8 of these at one time, which I only made a couple so far. But, so they're just like little mini cakes is what I'm calling them. So this one is mostly vanilla, smells really good, with a little hint of the chocolate up there. So these were really fun to make. I made them yesterday. Let's see what else I got. Okay, so like the pink rose, I made a yellow rose the other day, and this is Jamaica Me Crazy, which is kind of a floral, just a really good smell. I think a lot of people are probably familiar with this scent. And I had some extra wax, so what I did is I poured some more molds. So these are mermaid molds and a star, and a couple of shells. So what I'm going to do either today or tomorrow is go ahead and make some more cakes and make the mermaid. I need to use up some of the stuff I've already got made, so I need to make me a mermaid cake. Put that there. And this is chocolate ice cream with some whipped cream or something on it on top of one of the little cakes with white drizzle. And you can definitely smell the chocolate there, but there's also a little bit of vanilla in that and just a tad chocolate there. The strawberries are so small I can't smell them, but I did make 3 or 4 of these. They turned out really cute, I think. So what I want to show you how to do today is using my new candle mold, which I think I'm probably going to order another one of these. All my molds mostly have came from Amazon. But this one turned out really pretty, and this is called Day at the Spa, and it smells really good. And I got a sample of it from Candle Science. And I think I need to make a couple more of those. It smells so good. Then I also have made this one. I love making the two-tone. It seemed like I just feel like one color would be just a little dull. But I make the two-tone colors here, and that's what I want to show you how to do. And this one is Chanel Chance, which does smell really good if you're familiar with that fragrance there. So that's just a few of the things that I've made. I will put a link on my in the description and maybe on my screen here of my Etsy shop so you can see all the stuff that I've made. And this is the mold. This is my little seashell mold. And I'll show you how to work with that in a few minutes. So stay tuned. Okay, I've now got my IGI 6028. Pretty sure it's IGI. But anyway, it's 6028 Parasoy blend, if I'm not mistaken. I got that wax melting. And just let me make sure what I'm telling you is true. It is a Parasoy color blend. Yes, so I did say that right. So it needs to heat up to over 180 degrees, and then after that I'll be able to put 6% of fragrance in it for pillars. So you always need to know how much fragrance you need, and the way to do that is to go. Candle Science has the best information of any site that I know of. Other sites do, but Candle Science is just more thorough in my opinion. So I got a bunch of different fragrances to choose from, but I don't know, I just went back in my little storeroom and I found this Sea Salt and Orchid, which I have made some wax melts with that I really enjoyed. So I'm going to use this one. But I did print it off, the information about it, and it does have up to 2% of vanilla in it. Actually 2 to 5%. So what that means is that it might discolor. So if I was wanting it half of it to be white, then I have some white chips, but I don't know, I haven't been happy with those. I don't know if it's so cool in here that my wax cools so much and it doesn't really turn it white. So what I'm thinking about doing, I was going to do white and purple, but I think what I'm going to do is the lighter part is going to just have if I can put just a little teensy bit of the purple in it, and maybe just so it won't show if it does discolor a little bit, so it won't be like a brownish beige. So, and then the darker part is going to be more purple, is what I'm planning on doing. So like I say, this is the mold, and you have to pour it upside down different than what you think. So to me, I feel like the dark, because it's going to be on the bottom, is heavy. I feel like it needs to be on the bottom, so it's poured last, and I'll show you that. So here's the 2 halves, and what you do is just put them together. It's really simple. And they gave me 4 of these big rubber bands, but I've only been needed to use 2. So I just put that right there. I have not had it to leak even a drop. That is the truth. So I have me a wig here, and I think it's a LX12. It's a LX12. So, okay, you have to think about it being upside down. So this would be the upside down, but of course I can't pour like that, so it's going to have to come like this. So what I did is I'm going to go ahead and cut this end off. I don't really know. They sent like a little kit here. They sent stuff that you need other than the wax, and I didn't need the wax. So to me, this just looks like thread, cotton thread. Maybe that's really what I needed to use, but the instructions didn't say to dip it in wax or anything, so I'm just using what I've got here. And it also came with this like putty to fill up the hole with, but I had this gray that I had bought at Michael's or somewhere, Hobby Lobby, I'm not sure which, and that's what I've started using. So I want to see how this works out. So the reason I'm putting it in like this is because some wicks you have to have it in the right way that it'll burn down. Instead of turning it upside down, it may not burn correctly. So I'm not an expert on wicks, and I'm not sure which is which, so I'm not going to take any chances. So I'll put it in the way that it should be. And the last time I did leave this in, but it was just kind of an annoyance, and I finally had to get rid of it. So I'm going to leave more of it here at the top than at the bottom, because I may want to tie it off whenever I get it, put a knot in it when I get through with it. So I'm going to leave that sticking up like that. And the bottom part here, I'm going to just fold it up. This will be the top of it, of the candle. And here's my, oops, a piece of paper on it. Here's my mold, wax, whatever you want to call it. So the last time I think I put too much and I covered it up and it wasn't sitting straight, but it looks like this might just fit right in that little groove and then it will sit straight. The last time I set it inside this, and it worked really well. I might should do that just in case there's any leaking, but so far I haven't had any leaking. So this is it, and then it came with, well, I'm not sure if it came, here's what it came with. This is funny. A hair, I forgot, but anyway, one of these hairpins here. Yeah, and I tried using that. It's not that good. So I've got all kinds of clips and everything, but to me this looks like, and I ordered these FedEx and UPS and the mail, everything has been busy delivering stuff to me. I do hope it pays off somehow, because I have really invested a lot in this stuff. But I'm having fun, which I know life's not all about having fun. I would like to get some return. So what I'm thinking I'm going to have to do, because I think what I'm doing is really pretty, but I feel like it's one of those things that you just about have to see to appreciate. I mean, I know people sell candles all the time on Etsy. I have not had any luck with it selling a whole lot of anything anywhere other than in person at my shop. So everything is kind of loosening up now as far as mask mandates and all this kind of stuff. Maybe we're finally trying to get back to normal. So I'm thinking I'm going to open my shop up once I get a few more things in place and I get it cleaned up, which, I mean, that has nothing to do with anybody here if you're not local. So I do hope these have got the holes in them. That was the purpose. Yay, they got holes. So let's see how that works. So you just put that there and hopefully that holds up. There's a bunch of them in here. I don't know if there was 100 or 200 or whatever, but it's a lot. So my wax is still melting, and I will be back in a few minutes. Okay, I'm back, and what I've done is I put 2 ounces. I'm thinking I'm gonna have made 2 of these. I think it was 2 ounces. Actually, it came out to be 2.5 ounces, 2.5. I couldn't stop it in time. And then I just dipped this little skewer into my purple and stuck it in here, and I came up with this color. And then I have to do it in grams because it's such a small amount. I put 6 grams of the sea salt and orchid fragrance. And now it's definitely at a temperature that I can pour it. And I did not put gloves on, so yes, now I'm going to be purple. So I will tell you that I have seen folks using these cups, and it was really hard to find them. I finally found these in the party section at Dollar General for $1. I got 10 or 12 for $1. But I tried styrofoam cups. Oh no, big mess, melted right through. So I'm hoping I'm doing this right. I'm wanting the lighter color on top, so here goes nothing. Oops. That may be a little bit over half, but if I had stopped it, and I could have put a little bit back, 2 ounces might have been enough, but anyway, it's going to be what it's going to be. I'm going to try to just do 2 ounces of the darker. But of course, I can't go ahead and pour that. It needs to stay warm because that's got to set before I can put the dark color on. So that's where we're at right now, and I think it's going to be really pretty. So let's see what happens. Okay, I may not have showed you what it looked like when I was pouring because it was mostly focused on me instead of on my table. So this has been a few minutes since I poured it. And this is the color it is. It's still darker on the inside, so it's definitely not time to pour the other. But I just wanted you to see what it was looking like. Sorry, I probably missed it to start with. Okay, I'm not really sure what time I poured this, but as you can tell, it looks like it's pretty solid. It's a beautiful color. So I've measured out, I think it was like 2.2 ounces, and I put my 3 drops of purple in it, and it's going to be right much darker. And I pray it does not run. It's hard to say. This is not a exact science by any means. So it still feels mighty warm. It is definitely going to be a lot darker, which it will get lighter. Alrighty, that left just a little bit of a drop here, a couple of drops. So what I'm going to do is, this is how you end up with a lot of extra embeds and stuff. I'm going to put this in these mermaids. So now I will have, which would not be a bad idea, sea salt and orchid mermaids. And that one's going to have a little piece of yellow on it that I didn't get. And there's another little speck here left in here. So I'm going to do this seashell. That's why it's so good to have all this extra little stuff sitting around. But then I get lots of extra and then I don't know what to do with it. I probably could have already taken these yellow mermaids out of the mold that I did earlier. And that's about it. So now I can just throw this away or save it and use it again. So I don't think it's running together or anything. Okay, try not to mess with it. There you go. I think it's going to be really pretty. Okay, it's been a couple of hours. It still feels a little warm. I'm going to give it a try. I had already taken this stick off, but I put it back on there. But the other 2 that I made seemed like there was more of a dip in that, but I'm not sure. I was going to go ahead and unmold it, but I don't know. What I did to the others was I melted it to get it smooth, and I think that's what I'll do this time. I just don't take any chances, so I won't be able to unmold it now. And what I could do is actually melt one of these little seashells, but let's see, I may not need to do that. It's going to be plugged in to make it work. Okay. That's cooling down pretty fast, but it still wouldn't be too early to take it out. But it's really got a dip in it that I'm not real happy with. Which, I mean, it'll be the bottom, so I don't really think it matters. But what I'm going to do is melt this little seashell down and just fill in the bottom of it. And let it sit a little bit, and then we'll unmold it. So I put the little seashell in there and didn't quite melt it all, but there was already some wax there, so I'm going to just pour that up there. Just about filled it in. Let me just a little bit more. And it's smoking. Ah! And I may have just messed it up. I don't know. But anyway. We'll see. Probably shouldn't have mucked with it because it looks like some of the wax might have got on the outside, but we'll see. Let it sit. I'm gonna go take a break. I'm getting lightheaded. Need some food. Okay, I'm back, and now I've got a completely smooth bottom. Yeah, but I know you probably can't see it, but there is a little bit of drip right there, which may show up. So, still just a little bit warm, but I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get it taken apart and see that it did not drip a bit. Stuff's kind of crumbly, but I have used the other piece more than once, and I used a little bit of that white gook that came with it. But whew, okay, here goes nothing. There's one side, and here's a side that, I don't know if you can see it, but I do have one little run right there where it seeped through when my hand hit it. That's unfortunate, but other than that, isn't it beautiful? I love the colors, and it's really pretty. And it smells so good. So I'm gonna get my scissors and cut the top off. I cut the top off, cut the wick a little bit. And just gonna leave that alone like it is. It don't look bad. So the best thing to do is go ahead and cut this off too. There you go. One perfect candle. So these work really, really well. I think it was like $13 at Amazon. So I'm really happy with that. And there was just, I showed you the pie a minute ago, and this is the huge pie mold that I got also from Amazon, and I only put 2 in it. I think they hold maybe 4 ounces. It's a lot of wax to put in the mold, but I'll probably be making some more of those too, and I have some other stuff. But anyway, thank you for sticking with me. If you've seen this whole thing, I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe, and leave any comments, whether you like it, what kind of fragrance you would like to, maybe to make a candle like this and put a different fragrance in it, different color, whatever your favorite colors are and favorite smells, because I have a lot of smells that I could use. But anyway, thanks for staying with me, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye.